Hey everyone, welcome back. We've got a massive winter storm heading straight for the United States, and this one is shaping up to be a major high impact event over the next few days. It's going to bring heavy snowfall, dangerous ice accumulation, and even the threat of severe weather to several states. On top of that, an intense Arctic blast is coming right behind it, plunging temperatures to their coldest levels in years. Some areas will see record-breaking cold, with temperatures dropping to levels we haven't experienced since 2021. This system has already undergone several shifts in its projected path, trending farther south over the last 24 hours, which means the areas most at risk for significant snowfall and ice accumulation have changed slightly from earlier forecasts. This storm will disrupt travel, knock out power, and create dangerous road conditions, so you'll want to be prepared. In today's update, we'll go over the latest changes in the forecast, break down expected snow and ice totals, and talk about how this bitter cold will impact millions of people. But before we get into the details, hit the subscribe button, like this video, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for your support. Right now, we're already seeing the first signs of this storm taking shape. Light snow has begun falling across portions of the Central Plains as moisture moving in from the Pacific Ocean collides with an incoming wave of energy dropping down from the Rocky Mountains. This is the initial stage of what will soon become a powerful winter storm, which is expected to intensify significantly as we move into tomorrow. As that energy strengthens, it will lead to widespread moderate to heavy snowfall across parts of Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, and Arkansas, with conditions deteriorating rapidly throughout the day. Meanwhile, over on the East Coast, things are calm for now. Most areas are simply dealing with clear skies and cold temperatures, but don't get too comfortable. Another round of winter weather is just around the corner. The new system is expected to arrive by Wednesday, bringing snow, showers, and even some thunderstorms to the region, setting the stage for additional impacts later in the week. Before we fully dive into the details of the upcoming storm, let's quickly discuss some of the severe weather we just experienced. The system that moved through on Sunday ended up producing around a dozen tornadoes across the Tennessee Valley and Dixie Alley, underscoring the volatile weather patterns we've been dealing with lately. Additionally, we just got confirmation today that Mississippi was hit by the strongest tornado of the year so far. A powerful F3 tornado that struck on Wednesday. If you were tuned into the channel that day, you might remember that we were covering this storm live as it happened. With maximum sustained winds of 150 mph, this tornado caused extensive damage across eastern Mississippi, impacting multiple buildings and infrastructure. Fortunately, despite the intensity of the storm, there were no reported fatalities, which is a huge relief. However, this event serves as an important reminder of how dangerous these storms can be, even during winter. Now, turning our focus back to the upcoming winter storm, let's talk about the latest changes in the forecast and what that means for those of you in the affected areas. The National Weather Service has now issued a broad range of winter weather alerts covering a huge portion of the country. Winter storm warnings are in effect for areas spanning Kansas, Oklahoma, Kentucky, and Tennessee, while winter weather advisories have been extended as far north as Montana and South Dakota, and even into North Texas. Meanwhile, winter storm watches are now posted for parts of North Carolina, Virginia, Maryland, and Delaware, where we anticipate a mix of significant snowfall and ice accumulation over the next couple of days. As we move into the evening, we expect light to moderate snow to gradually spread across central Illinois and northern Kansas, but things will escalate quickly by tomorrow morning. Snowfall will expand from Kentucky all the way back to eastern Colorado, while freezing rain begins to develop in southern Oklahoma. At the same time, areas farther south, including portions of Texas, will be dealing with cold rain instead of frozen precipitation. The storm will continue to strengthen rapidly throughout the day, and because it's moving so slowly, it's going to dump a lot of snow over the same areas for an extended period of time. By tomorrow afternoon, some of the heaviest snowfall will be falling across southern Missouri, southeastern Kansas, northeastern Oklahoma, and northern Arkansas, leading to quick accumulations. Meanwhile, a significant freezing rain event will be unfolding across North Texas, southeastern Oklahoma, and Arkansas, while parts of East Texas and Louisiana remain in the cold rain zone. As night falls, the snow will begin shifting east, bringing moderate to heavy snowfall into the Tennessee Valley. Freezing rain could extend as far south as northern Louisiana and Mississippi, which is a major concern for travel, given that many of these areas do not have the infrastructure to handle icy roads. By the time Wednesday morning rolls around, the storm will still be producing moderate snowfall across Kentucky and Tennessee, though it will be weakening slightly as it moves eastward. However, there will still be lingering freezing rain concerns in northern Georgia, northern Alabama, and parts of Mississippi, By Wednesday afternoon, the system will re-intensify, bringing heavy snowfall and ice to North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, Eastern Kentucky, Maryland, and Delaware. Some locations could see between 5 to 10 inches of snow, while others deal with significant ice accumulation, which could lead to widespread power outages due to cold air damming. Meanwhile, let's not forget the bitter Arctic cold that will follow this storm. By Tuesday morning, temperatures in the northern plains, Midwest, and central plains will be 30 to 50 degrees below normal. On Wednesday, the cold will expand even further, with some places 50 degrees below their average high for this time of year. By Thursday morning, this frigid air will reach all the way to the Gulf Coast, leading to record-breaking low temperatures across multiple states. So what's driving all of this? Well, it's a massive plume of extremely cold air that's moving in from the Arctic. This is going to bring some of the coldest temperatures we've seen this season, and it's going to affect a large portion of the country. By this evening, temperatures are expected to be around 50 degrees below average in places like Montana, Nebraska, Iowa, South Dakota, and North Dakota. We're talking about wind chills as low as 30 to 60 degrees in some areas. This extreme cold will make its way all the way down into Texas, where temperatures will drop below zero in the northern parts of the state. The cold air will just sit over the central us for a while, eventually moving into the southeast and lingering there for a few days. This is some seriously frigid stuff we're dealing with, and it's going to impact travel and daily life for a lot of folks. Now, if we look at the radar for tomorrow morning, we're going to start seeing light to moderate snow breaking out from Nebraska into Kansas, and it will spread over into southern Illinois and Indiana by the morning. In north central Oklahoma, there could be some freezing rain at first, but that's going to intensify throughout the day, and we're likely to see some heavy snow in southeastern Kansas and northern Oklahoma by afternoon. The icing will continue, especially in Arkansas, where we could see some convective freezing rain showers around 6 p.m. Tuesday. This will eventually turn into heavy snow around Joplin, Missouri, and move eastward towards Jefferson City and Springfield, Missouri. By 11 p.m. Tuesday, we should start seeing snow moving into western Kentucky and western Tennessee. For places like Memphis, you can expect snow to begin overnight and into the early morning hours on Wednesday. Nashville will also see snow moving in by early Wednesday morning, and Lexington, Kentucky, as well as Knoxville, Tennessee, should see heavy snow around 5 a.m. Wednesday, Charleston, West Virginia will also be hit by snow around the same time. As we go even further south, there's a chance that some areas in northern Alabama near Huntsville will get snow during the early morning on Wednesday as well. Meanwhile, while all this snow is falling to the north, we're also seeing the potential for severe weather down south tomorrow, Tuesday. There's a marginal risk of severe weather from Houston to New Orleans. Damaging winds are the main concern in this area, but there's also a small chance of isolated tornadoes. This is something we need to watch closely. On Tuesday afternoon and evening, stronger storms will start to form in eastern Texas and southern Louisiana, and they'll continue into the early morning hours on Wednesday. This could bring strong winds, hail, and a very isolated risk of tornadoes in places like the Florida Panhandle, southern Mississippi, and extreme southern Alabama. We need to stay vigilant in these areas for potential severe weather. When it comes to snow totals, it looks like southeastern Kansas and southwestern Missouri are going to see more than 6 inches of snow. Kansas City is likely to get somewhere between 4 to 6 inches. Southeastern Kansas, especially areas near Coffeyville and Pittsburgh, could see up to 10 inches of snow. Wichita is looking at 3 to 6 inches, and areas along the I-44 corridor in Missouri, including Joplin, Springfield, and Rolla, could see anywhere from 6 to 10 inches. Some parts of central Missouri, around Warsaw and Lebanon, could see more than 10 inches of snow. For St. Louis, we're looking at around 2 to 4 inches, and Memphis and Nashville are in that same range, about 1 to 3 inches. Lexington, Kentucky, and Louisville should expect about 2 to 4 inches as well. The snow totals for the storm are certainly going to be significant, and if you're in these areas, be ready for a lot of snow. Now, looking ahead, as this storm moves east, we'll continue to see some lake-enhanced snow showers across Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, and Tennessee on Thursday. This will add a little extra snow on top of what we're expecting from the main storm. As for the Carolinas, the biggest concern there is going to be ice, not snow. North Carolina, especially northern parts, could see significant ice accumulation, and this could lead to some dangerous travel conditions and possibly power outage. The ice is likely to affect areas from Charlotte down toward Fayetteville and parts of the I-95 corridor. Between Rocky Mount and Fayetteville could see over a 1/4 inch of ice. This will definitely make things tricky for those traveling in these areas. So if you're in the region, be prepared for some tough conditions. After this winter storm, once we get through these cold fronts, the weather pattern is expected to stabilize. A big ridge is going to build in the west, which means we'll start seeing warmer temperatures across the West Coast, especially in Southern California and Arizona. The central should remain near normal in terms of temperature, but the southeast will likely continue to experience below average temps for a little while. However, by the end of the month, we'll see these warmer temperatures begin to move eastward, and we might even see a break from the consistent cold as we move into March. I'll see you all in the next video. Stay safe and take care.